Follow Equestria Brotherhood, Part 2, Road to Freedom, Chapter 19. Chapter 18, I'm sorry. The gates of the town opened with a loud, rusted screeching. When a guard pointing at the top of the gate looked down at the supply team with joy. You guys did it! You made it back all right! The whole group looked down with a look of pride to let him know they had done a good job. That's right, Prophet. We did more than that, and I'll tell you about it later. Terry yelled merrily to the gate pony. Prophet nodded to them and pulled the lever to close the gate. I look forward to it, Cherry Blossom. The group went along through the main dirt road that went to the center of town, where ponies from every direction came out and Watson pulled a huge cart of food through the streets. Young fillies and colts came out to watch the wagon with the one thing the town needed the most. Warmed their hearts to see them smile, and awe at the wonderful gift they had brought back to town. Neo's heart, above all others, was warmed the most. This was the way ponies were supposed to look. Happy, and nothing that could be said could break the feeling that he had at this moment. Neo says, "There's Terry." So, your name is Cherry Blossom now? Cosmo chuckled at Neo. Of course, that's the name. What did you think it was? It certainly wasn't just Cherry. Cherry gave Cosmo a smirk and a brotherly stare. Behave yourself, Cosmo. I was going to tell you sooner or later. As if, Cosmo huffed. She just chuckled and turned to Neo. Yes, it is. But everyone around town just calls her Cherry. Neo shrugged childishly. All right, Cherry. Just don't keep too much from me. Sorry, not promising anything, she replied. Up ahead of the town road, the town hall proudly stood where several ponies, some of which were unicorns, all gathered around the large drum-like machines. Older stallions and mares put ones on top of their heads and their backs so they get a better look at the magnificent machines. Cosmo, the twins, and Cherry stopped and looked over to Neo. Well, I had to go find my mother and tell me what happened. I also gotta help Cosmo and the rest of the gang put the stuff in our food stores. Neo blinked at her and smiled. Will we see each other later? So we can, plan some more stuff out for the town? Yeah, silently. She winked down. Maybe. Let's see how things go. Till then, Neo. With that, she and the rest of the group turned away from Neo and made their way to another part of town. Neo stood there for a moment and watched them go off their own way. Once they were out of sight, he sighed and went over to the diggers to find his brother. There were ponies that surrounded the teams, who were attempting to get the diggers underground. Neo could see that the unicorns that surrounded the machines held them in place with their magic, as they fit them into a large repair door on the side of Town Hall. It looked as if it led down below the town, and as such, meant they could start production on their escape. Iron Fang was helping the small team of unicorns by guiding its diggers safely into the doors, which led to the underground waterways that ran through the city. Neo only watched them for a moment before continuing to search for his younger brother. Adam came out from the crowd and looked at the whole group of ponies that curiously watched the unicorns and other ponies that helped repair the diggers with the machines on the ground. Just as he was about to turn around, he saw his brother in the corner of his eye, and he could hear his brother call out his name with the small crowd looking at him, unaware of his current position. This gave him a fun little idea, one day he didn't want to think twice about. With the greatest of care, he tipped over to the unsuspecting brother, and just as he came close to him, he shouted at him while lunging straight at his spine. Brother! He exclaimed, tickling him playfully. What's up? They both fell down to the ground, with Adam laughing as he got off of him. Where did you come from? Neo asked in a surprised, confused tone. Adam didn't answer the question. Instead, he just grinned at him and helped him up. I got you good. You need to be more aware for tackling ponies, especially me. Neo rolled his eyes at him. I am aware. It's just, you sneak around like a little ninja, that's all. Adam chuckled once more. Right. Well, you still need to watch your back. I just might sneak up on you again. Neo gave him a questioning, devilish look. You want to bet on that? Adam glared back at him. I don't know. Do you? Well, Neo said after suspicion. Neo then grabbed his brother and put his metal foreleg around his neck. Took the other hoof and rumbled his mane furiously. Didn't see that one, huh? Adam chuckled and laughed as his brother rumbled his mane in a playful manner. Stop it, brother! I give up! You win! I give up! He cried in a burst of laughter. What the hell's going on here? Sheriff Westwood started stepping up to them. They both paused for a moment and looked down sheepishly. Neil let go of Adam as they both gave him small, shy, innocent smiles. They both stood in a more orderly posture as Adam tried to fix his mane with his hoof. The sheriff grinned fussily at him. We don't need to be messing around. We got to have a defense plan for the whole town if we're standing a chance in case of an attack. Neil and Adam both looked at each other with confusion in their eyes. Well, we just got back. Are we supposed to plan this out tomorrow? Neil stated. Well, I'm sorry, but the mayor wanted me to get you when you got back from your trip. We ain't getting our troops together. Not yet. We ain't getting a general idea of how much firepower we got. And a good chance of defending this here town. Neo now sighed. And let me guess. You want us to go with you, how regardless of the fact I might have just got back from a deadly supply mission, right? The sheriff looked down with amazement. Well, yeah. We ain't got much time left today to sit around. Neo patted himself down again with a light sigh. All right. But before we go on, I got a few things to tell you that might help us defending the town. The mayor of Arcan paced herself back and forth in a smaller room, with several ponies to watch her think, while sitting down around an old wooden table. The table in question had a large map of the town that displayed every building, street, and porch. Old bookshelves of old books, hardly readable, lay peacefully along, with several non-colored pictures of wild ponies that helped run the town through the years. This was the sheriff's office, or that is, what a sign over the entrance stated. And the whole room was as if it were made for early law enforcement in the old days. The jail cell was behind the office, where the sheriff and other local law enforcement were supposed to work. However, the Legion didn't have guards posted into town, and in some ways was more effective than actually having an armed force in the town itself. It's like the whole town was being watched, and inspected by beings that stood completely omnisciently over them all. Red Glare, who was one of the first to arrive at the smaller meeting since they were done fixing the diggers, looked at her with worry. You know we have supplies, right? We're going to start digging our way out of here soon. Why are you paranoid? There's an empty chair at the end of the table where she took a seat at. Marilla's sigh and slight massage her head. She answered him quietly. I'm not sure. I fear for the worst. Whatever you're doing is not the right thing. What if we just end up killing ourselves? It won't come to that. Red Glare answered reassuringly. If we can plan our defense now, and set it up and get drilled tomorrow, we don't have to worry as much. If all goes to plan, we won't have to worry much longer about such things. She leaned back to her chair and nodded at him with baggy-eyed daze. I see what you mean, Red Glare. It's just, these past weeks, the Legion has been all over this town. It's bothered me. Children used to play in the streets as traders brought trade and stories from across the land. I used to worry more about Cherry's trouble with the Steins more than anything during those times. And at one time, I looked at our town and thought we did good. But now, so many lives I've known all my life are gone. Just gone. Like a good memory you can't seem to remember. Doing this puts everything at risk. And to see our townsfolk die because of a stupid act of rebellion. I should think about it. He smiled at her. Listen to me, Miss Mayor. We are a determined bunch. There's one thing I know we can do, is pull our way through these trying times. She took a deep breath in. Thank you. Before he could respond, the door to the building opened with a wooden creak. Neo, Adam, and the Sheriff Westwood came through the door and took a seat at the table in front of them. Guardians, Sheriff, I'm glad you could make it. We were just about to begin. One of the other mayors at the table bolted for a hoof to the empty three old wooden chairs that surrounded the table. Now that we are all here, I would like to begin the defense meeting. Now, I know this might seem a little sudden to some of you, but the sooner we plan this out, the better off we are in the long run, the mayor announced. She calmly looked over to the mayor who was starting to through their seats. First, let me say that Infinite here, who works at food stores, has told me about that little Vader move Neo pulled off just a bit ago. Neo was a little shocked at the fact she found out so quickly. Then again, this was a small town, and word could spread fast. Yeah, and I can see with the tears of pride that not only did we gain a lot of extra food, we also gained access to a variety of weapons, Neo added. Oh, the mayor cooed intriguingly. The sheriff took the opportunity to answer her. Yup.
And they were telling me about the way here, Mom. In fact, tomorrow morning, I'm going to take a party down to the place near here telling me where the weapons are.
Do you have the location of your pit bunker, Neo? Demir asked. I do, and I'll give the location later today. Good. How many weapons are there? I can't say for sure. I do know they got rid of as many as I think they did. That should be quite a few weapons at least, Neo added. I see. At least with even the extra firepower, we could gain something out of it. Good work. I'll thank the other members of your team later, the mayor said calmly. She looked towards Adam and the sheriff. As I was saying before, we had diggers working, thanks to Adam, Iron Thane, Red Glare, and the rest of the repair team. With the diggers operational in the food, we have come very far in just one day. So the true path to freedom will be paved by hardships not evident at this time. Adam blushed slightly at the mention of his work being praised. Next, and lastly for this day, we need to prepare to trade ponies for defending the town. However, right now, we need to plan persistence for defense of the town. This is what we will discuss today. So then, the mayor looked at every pony on the table. What would be the best course of action? Red Claire raised his hope and spoke.
These walls aren't the strongest kind in the world, and persisting opponents in the wall will lead to attacks would be suicide, especially if they roll out those iron wagons they have. I'll punch a tear right through them, and even if they don't, anyone posted up there won't be around much longer.
So you're saying the iron wagons are our biggest concern?
We're going back and yawned. Well, that depends. We're not even 100% sure that that's all they're packing down there. For all we know, they contain some kind of dragon or something. Not saying there is, but we won't know what we're all up against.
Infinity leaned towards the map and said, we do know that there are normal basic lanes in infantry, and those iron wagons. We also know that their numbers are somewhere between 500 or so. We gathered that much from the weeks they oppressed us. Though they could have received reinforcements by now. That would mean their numbers could be significantly higher. The mayor sighed once more, rubbed the sides of her head with her hose of frustration. We'll just have to plan out a defense, get ponies to places, and prepare for the worst. Neil looked up at the map on the table, which showed detailed overhead view of the town and its buildings. He pointed over to the large two-story buildings on the map. How well structured are these buildings? The mayor blinked at him. Well, good, I suppose. They could take a few hits for something large to stand up if it comes to that. If those raiders got rid of the weapons, I think they did, then they should have thrown out 3 large machine-like guns. High-powered by the looks of them, and in decent shape too. If we place them on these buildings, we can funnel them to the center of town and take them with those. There was a slight murmur of agreement in the group. Al looked over to Infinity, as he too had an idea. What about explosives? Will those do anything? Fred Glare looked over to him and answered for him.
Well, yes and no. The wagons won't get damaged too much from mines or grenades. However, any infantry that do come through will be affected greatly by them.
Al looked over at the map for a moment. I see. So, if we hide a bunch of explosives near the gate along the outside of the wall, then we could take out, or at least slow some of them down, and then we could carry them. In the armory, we've got a fair amount of explosives, though they aren't too special or in the best of shape, but we can make do if they need be. Infinity added. The mayor nodded at the group with an awful nod. So tonight, we'll see the armed force gather, and work about setting up explosives in specific places. Those guys in the buildings, we put grenadiers on top there to help wear the wagons down. The sheriff nodded as he imagined defense on the town map.
Yep. If we need to fall back, we can head on back to the town hall. If we fornicate at all with Nasalak, we can get down to the tunnels and leave. That building is a strong one, and nothing I know, not even the iron wagons, can take down that building.
Good idea, Sheriff, the mayor added. Well, now that we have those covered, we need to talk about protection and evacuation of the non-fighting townsfolk. I'll look into that. Good. And what about armor for our fighting force? The mayor asked.
The sheriff spoke out and answered her question. I'll check myself while I recruit ponies to that.
The mayor nodded. The very sound of fresh ideas pleased her. She paused for a moment and ignored the rest of the meeting, only looked towards Adam and Neo with a spiteful look in her eyes. What do you think about this, Guardians? Neil and Al looked at her a moment in a puzzled way. I think we can organize this right. We can hold him off for quite a while, but I don't want it to come to that. Just today, I saw ponies look at me and what we were doing with hopeful smiles. Now, I haven't been here long, but I help with all the strength in me. It doesn't come down to fighting the Legion. Just can't handle it when families are torn apart because I can't stand it. Neo added in a worried yet hopeful tone. Adam put his hoof on his brother. I know, he said softly. I agree with you, Guardian Neo. But when a fight comes, a fight comes. We need to be ready for it, the mayor stated. Let's just hope those drills don't break us. So that in a few days we'll be free of these Iron Legion bastards once and for all, Wrangler added. The mayor looked at the whole group with a fierce, determined stare. But all we can do at this point is hope. Hope for the best, hope for the days to pass quickly as we pave the road to freedom. The Legion flag flies calmly in the gentle breeze of the afternoon day. The main Legion camp was calm, with ponies maintaining their armor and weapons, while snipers talked and patrolled the outer perimeter of the camp. The pony, in standard Legion armor barding, approached the large army tent. It was 3 times the size of a normal tent. He moved the flap that led to the tent and stepped inside. Captain, I need to speak to you urgently. The pony inside was a fit stallion with a dim gold-lined created armor. An officer's cap was laid next to him. He was sitting himself with a bowl of water and razor set to a small stand in front of him. He didn't act surprised, but continued to look at himself shaved in the mirror that was right in front of him. Yeah! Lieutenant Comfort has requested you meet him on the lookout post at the end of the camp, sir. Captain didn't answer, but instead continued to shave until he was finished. Once he was done, he washed his face off with a rag and placed the officer's hat on his head. He then turned around into a swift and decisive motion and bolted to our hoof farm. Is this all private? Yes, sir. We'll hope he waved dismissively. Fine then, you're free to go. I know that ponies grow beards, we have seen it in the show, but it does bring up a few questions. How do Earth ponies... I mean, I know they hold a lot of weird things in their hooves, but how are they able to do, fine motor controls? Excuse me one sec. Okay, back. Just checked. No matter how badass your character is, there's just no way you can make a pony using a razor to shave him look badass. With that, the soldier gave him a sharp salute and trotted off to the other part of camp. The captain, however, left his tent and made him to the edge of the camp, where the lieutenant wanted to speak to him. There was a small, wooden-covered lookout stand posted on the side of a hill, right next to the edge of camp. The lieutenant stood there stiffly, lifted a waist, with a pair of binoculars on his eyes. The lieutenant himself was a fit unicorn stallion, with a brown mane and coat, instead of bronze-lined armor barding. The captain trotted up to him and joined him looking out to the wasteland. You needed me, Lieutenant? Yeah, Captain. I have news for you. Why couldn't you tell me this yourself? This is more important. Something I want to discuss with you privately. The captain gave him an odd stare. What might this important news be? It's the townsfolk, the lieutenant stated dutifully. What about them? The spy we placed inside the town has confirmed our original suspicion of rebellion. Not only this, but their idea for freedom is rather odd. One I would not have thought possible. Oh, what have they gathered? They are tunneling their way out with those giant drills they had in their minds. The captain raised an eyebrow in confusion. They aren't really attempting that, are they? Do they know what they are doing could kill them faster than our perimeter force? Do we know which way they are even tunneling? No, unfortunately. The captain stood there and pondered the whole thing in his mind for a moment. Damn it! We gave them too much freedom. If only the Emperor gave us the order to fully occupy the town, then maybe this wouldn't happen. Agreed. However, I did speak to the Emperor last night. And? I spoke of what we know, and his orders are to stay and watch the town. He said he'll give us the orders to take action in 2 days. 2 days? We need to stuff this out now! I know, Captain,
but His Majesty was quite clear with his orders. His orders are getting more and more odd with each passing day. These headaches of his are just getting worse, and mental stability isn't getting any better either. The lieutenant sighed. I know. And he wasn't happy either when I told him there were guardians in this town. This really shocked the captain. He felt rage boil in the lower pits of his heart. And when was this discovered? Last night, sir. The captain gave him a warning-like glare. Fine. Do we have any idea as to who these guardians are? No. Damn. At least we can rest easy. Those implants we put into our spy during the first week was a brilliant move on my part. The spy doesn't even know we are watching them. So hopefully in due time, we'll find out who these guardians are. Just how they got past the perimeter. Indeed, sir. It was a good move on your part. But I have another subject I want to talk to you about. And what might that be? The predators, sir. What about them? With the limited supplies, we've been able to repair one of them. However, because of lack of supplies, we need to send the others off to the dark mines. Good. Lieutenant Kidd. Indeed, I do enjoy the good news. The captain gave a side chuckle. Some good news. Indeed, Captain. By the way, where is our learner boy now, Kidd statistically said with a rather uneasy smile. He's staying here in camp with us till tomorrow. Skyward something or other is his name. The mention of his name bothered the captain. Oh, I remember him now. Pegasus, right? Filthy creature. He doesn't deserve to live with the pure in this camp. That may be so, but he's about to leave and his job is not properly completed yet. What has the Emperor said about him? Is he relaxed with this? No. In fact, the Pegasus was the only one who would take up the mission he proposed to so many other mercenaries. But if I remember correctly, he said something about killing him if he made any trouble in the slightest of ways. I see. Excellent. By the way, Captain, what are our orders? Are we to just lay here and watch the town all day? Or is there something you have actually planned for us, sir? The captain looked down in the distance with agitation. Well, he sighed for a moment. As for what we plan to do next, scouts have mentioned that the raider town not too far from here has supplies. Valuable supplies. And if we get them, well, let's just say our lives will be a whole hell of a lot easier. The party next to him curiously glanced at him. Oh, so we plan to investigate then? Perhaps. I haven't decided what we plan to do yet, but I'm sure we'll stop by that town for a negotiable exchange of resources. As for our cannon, he muttered, we'll pay an early visit to it, and claim that due taxes town rightfully owes us. Hmm. The next few days should be interesting. The light outside was getting darker, and the windows from the town's buildings was glowing dim in the glowing light inside their homes. Neil and Adam sat down on the porch of the inn and saloon as planes came out about the old establishment. Some tired, some old, some happy, and some drunk. Though there was something calming to just sit outside in the cool night with the sound of ponies calmly enjoying themselves in the warmly lit inn. Sharpnote leaned back in the old chair on the porch as well, guitar in his hoof as he played a soft song. In some ways, it made both brothers feel at peace as they thought about how their presence in the town could make this much of a difference. They had only been at Arcan for a couple of days, yet so much had happened, and they helped with the plans and defenses, get the drills, get the weapons, and supplies, and more. Accomplishment was feeling what they felt, and for once in a wide open wasteland, they felt it. Not in a bustling city or an underground stable, but a real sense of accomplishment from good pony folk. Not many ponies can make what happened today a reality. Sark said so smoothly, while not breaking the mood of his song. Nia chuckled. If only we were really that great, then I could truly be proud of myself. Anna looked up to the dark gray sky and admired the large sea of rolling gray that sky. Sharp note, not to sound random, but what do the stars look like? He continued to play his song as he looked up to the sky himself. From the few times I've seen them, they're bright and mystical. Billions of them, all twinkling and shining. Just looking down on us like there ain't a care in the world.
I wish it were that way down here, Adam added.
Don't we all? My great-granddad told me about when the world was nice. A peaceful day could be found every day. He was a young colt at the time, but he still remembered enough to tell us about it.
Neil looked up to the sky as well. I wonder what others think of us. Look down on our small little world and watch us kill each other. But here I go, rambling about something random.
Nah, it's fine, Sergeant replied. This is the most peaceful I've seen the town in a while, so it's okay to sit down and think about something like that. So, once we get outside this place, I can imagine that my wife would think once we get back. He started, so much yelling.
Neil smiled at him and looked inside the inn. Where will the town go after they leave? Where's a safe place to house everybody? Yeah, there has to be 100 or something ponies here, Adam added.
Sergeant just nodded out, looking me to be in a song. The coalition post out north of Highway 37 is the safest place I can imagine these folks to head off to. It's got the stuff to have a town like this fed for a long time, and pretty fortified. I should know. Been there a few times before. At least it didn't cut off our communication with them, and us might be getting the aid we need out here. But that's where we're off to, or should be at least.
Indeed. I can't imagine a safer place to go in these times, the mayor said, interjecting playfully with Terry at her side. All three looked at him in surprise, and even though the mayors took their attention, Sartno kept playing if someone was there.
Hey there, Miss Mayor. How are you this fine night?
Sartno greeted her. She smiled kindly at him. Thank you. We thought we should come down here at the end and rest for a bit. I also wanted to check on the sheriff, see how Melissa Roger's coming along so far. Neil looked over at Cherry with a shy smile. She just looked back and blushed. So, what are you doing here, Cherry? Just want to relax for a bit?
Yeah, today was, well, pretty rough for us. After all the hard work we've gone through tonight, I think we all deserve it.
Neil got up and stretched for a moment. I think I might head inside the inn as well. Eat something, chat for a bit, and go to sleep. That kind of stuff. Adam chuckled. Okay, I'll spend more time out here. This is a wonderful night, and I want to tell you some more. Neil patted him on the back. Well, alright. Just come in when you're ready, Adam. Alright, brother. Sartno continued his song. As Adam enjoyed the fresh night air, Neo, Cherry, and the mayor went inside the inn together. The swinging doors swung open with a faint creak as the three came inside the warm, lightly lighted tavern. The sheriff was sitting at a table to the side of the room with another pony next to him, a rather large book in front of him. The ponies quietly chatted to themselves while drinking whatever it was they preferred. Some ponies were on a booth to the side of the main open area of the inn. These ponies were the loudest ones there. They had cards out as they swore and cursed at each other, each of them discussing a topic whilst playing. Cotsworth, the bartender, went down brown mugs and attended to the few ponies at the bar that sat and talked quietly to another. The mayor made their way towards the sheriff to check on the roster. Seeing several ponies line up made her feel even more confident they were well on their way to gaining their freedom. Cherry took Neil by his foreleg and tugged on him to sit down at the table with her. Leo, let's sit here, she said cheerfully while taking him over a seat next to a small table for the ponies looking and playing poker in the booth. Neil sat down nervously, while he was acting a little weird. Even though he found it attractive, he felt something hold him back. Like a wall, he had placed himself there to stop his impulses. Cherry called over to Cotsworth to bring him 2 mugs of apple cider. Heh, Neil chuckled nervously. What is it? He tried to tell her that he hadn't had a drink of anything alcoholic in his life. His stable prohibited drinking, though he was dying to try alcohol before. Never seemed quite to kiss hose on anything like that. Well, it doesn't matter, really, Neil added a slight stutter. She just tried as Cotsworth brought their drinks. Put it in my tab, cards. I'll pay you back later. He just nodded at her. Just make sure it's before we all make it out here, or you'll never pay me. She nodded back at him and looked at Neo. Well, drink it? This is the only thing we got plenty of in this town, and it's cider. She exclaimed before taking her mug and drinking its contents heartily. Neil looked down at the brown liquid in his glass, and just wiggled the cup around before narrowly pointing his glass to his lips. Palms up, groggily said, taking a gulp of cider. Looked down into the glass and thought about what he just drank. Was it going to lie to himself? The stuff tasted good. Better than he thought originally, too. Wow, this is what it tastes like, he said in an odd manner, before taking a few more gulps of the wonderful cider. She raised an eyebrow at him. You act like you hadn't had cider before. Neo shook his head. Well, no, it's just, the stuff tastes better than, any of the other ciders I've had before. He finished with a slight smile and faint squeak. She looked down sarcastically. Sure. He rubbed the back of his hand nervously. Yep. As he rubbed his head, he got to see his mouth form like a full form. Well, I've seen a lot of ponies come through this town, but none have a leg like that. Neil looked as if he had never there before. Oh, this thing? Yeah, it's neat, I guess. Does it be a good living one, though? Yeah. She chuckled unnervingly, feeling her own right foreleg. How does he get that, anyway? That said, such a memories of blood, screaming, horrifying pain all at the same time. It's a long story. Let's just say if I didn't have my little brother, I wouldn't have a right foreleg right now. Or be alive for that matter. He says to know his stuff when it comes to tech, huh? Seeing as he helped fix those leakers, his now the stuff like that. She said, taking a nurse to his hope sympathetically. Yeah. Neil added with a nostalgic smile. He is good with that stuff. Back in the stable. He says seeing some of the stuff he could come up with. The trouble we began in when he had the great idea to change the stable, I tell you. Seems like that wasn't too long ago. Is that how life is in a stable? She asked. Well, he said, recalling his life before. I told this story, and somehow I enjoy retelling things about it. Guess I'm just a sucker for nostalgia. She smiled at him again. Am I telling it once more? Leaned over the table to relive his life before. Life in a stable is, well, different from life here. Much different. The floors, rooms, and wire are clean. There's never swords on anything. And the only worry you have is that if you are late to work or that morning, the loved ones are close in. He paused for a second. Always seem to be right next to you all the time. Sounds lovely, she sighed peacefully. It is, but there isn't really much more than that. Right now, though, taking out and fighting Never mind, he said, getting watery eyes. Look at me, getting watery all over memories. He added, wiping the wetness from his eyes. Before the lazy time, I would help my dad and mom run the festivals we would have every year. We lost fireworks and scavenged seemed to find them. I run this little shack race game. Never my wildest dreams that I didn't think the outside world could touch us. Travelers would come. Oh, I wish you could have heard the stories and things he would bring. Some told their stories and adventures across old world structures and the treasures he would find. And always seemed late, the brave fights he would have. I would go home and my dad and I would dress like we were on an adventure. I'd wear his old explorer's hat and he would wear an old military helmet. And the adventures would go on. She looked as she weren't speaking to Neil anymore. We loved going on adventures together. She slowly looked down. What about you? What was your father like? Neil frowned and leaned back into the chair, trying not to think about him. He's a jerk, that's all I know. He left us before Adam was even born. Probably died doing something, and I don't care. He left my mother on her own, and I hate him where he's still alive! She put her hoof over the table and took his hoof. I'm sorry to hear that. My father was kind and wise, and always fun to listen to. He'll saved our town when a huge raider gang came to attack the town. He sounded like a good pony. He was, she said in a mournful nod. The sheriff could have been seen getting up, folding his roster book while talking quietly to the mayor. The ponies that the sheriff was with stood up with him, gathered their things before thinking the ponies that hadn't left the bar yet from Ricer Street. The mayor followed the sheriff and his deputies over to Neo and Cherry's table.
You did a good service for our town today. Now I'm off, so I'll leave you both with a good night.
He said, tipping his Stetson to the two of them. Just before he was about to make his way to the exit, he paused and turned back to Neo.
Oh, and I'll need your help tomorrow morning. Got ourselves a lot of ponies who got signed up tonight. I'll need the help preparing them for an attack if it goes knocking.
Neo nodded in an unsure manner at him. Okay, I'll see you in the morning, I guess? Colonel, he said with another tip of his hat. The mayor came up to the table and motioned her help for Cherry. Come on, Cherry. It's getting late. We've got a long day ahead of us tomorrow. Cherry gave Neo a shy grin. Sorry we didn't get to talk long. But good while it lasted, eh? Yeah, Neo sighed. See you tomorrow, right? Sure, she said, getting up from her chair and walking with the mayor out of the inn. Just before Cherry could leave through the doors, she said, waved goodbye to Neo. He waved back before she followed the other ponies out into the now dark street of town. Neo didn't really do much after she left. He just sat there thinking, ordering, and drinking more cider as he thought. The one thing he noticed was the change of perception around the world. The room got slow and hazy. Everything seemed to be shifting and unsteadily moving around. By this point, he wondered how much cider he actually had, or better yet, how much alcohol was in one glass. Well, by this point, it was several glasses, but to him, it didn't seem like that many. He eventually felt his eyelids slowly come down. Regardless of how hard he tried to keep them open, they eventually forced themselves shut. Once they did, his head let gravity take as it clung to the table. Adam took in a deep breath and came inside to the swinging indoors. Most of the ponies in the inn were gone, already left to whatever home they had. He did, however, saw his brother laying there on the table and passed out. Curious to see if he was okay, Adam came over to him and nuzzled him gently. Brother? He asked a little poke to his head. He just twisted a bit and continued in his unconscious state. Cartsworth looked at the two while cleaning up the bar area. He had a little too much to drink. I'll help you kill you most sense you won't, 'cause he ain't moving even before I make a spell. He hasn't had a drink a thing in his life. Why would he pass out like that? The bartender chuckled. He's really fine to the cider we got. I don't mind him drinking as long as he pays me tomorrow morning, he said while hopping over to the counter and over to the table at how his brother was. Here, take all his legs and put it over your shoulder. Ad did as he was instructed and helped him pick up Neo. By this point, it was as heavy as concrete. They both struggled a bit to help him take him upstairs. As his back legs hit the stairs, they descended on their way to their brother's room. He's gonna sleep like a baby, Cosworth grunted, while helping Al take him upstairs. But he'll be hating life once he gets up tomorrow. Great, Al whispered to himself. All the times he's used to drink, brother, it had to be tonight! Large smokestacks cascaded high into the sky from the old ruined Rayer steam of Old Heart Cannon. Rayers shouted out in horrifying pain as legions of soldiers stood inside the walls of the Rayer segment. Though these cries came from many Rayers who pleaded and begged to be spared as they were lined up against the walls for fiery squads. Most of the buildings that the Rayers had used before the Legion arrived were burning brightly. Flames and cinders poured out of the nighttime sky from them, and loud snaps and cracks could be heard from the burning structures. Cyrus, Legion captain, marched proudly down the middle of the now burning settlement. He grinned and chuckled to himself as he watched the ponies in the settlement die slowly. For the fiery squads didn't shoot them in the head or anywhere that could kill them fast, but rather line them up with their backs turned and hosed against the walls and fire at the lower spines. Most of them passed out. Some of them tried to kill themselves with blunt objects so they could find on the ground, or where they were thrown into some ditch the Legion made them to die in. They wouldn't get anywhere with the condition they were once thrown into the ditch, so why worry about anyone escaping? Soldiers in their stamina armor went into the armory the Raiders had, plundered by the cartful. Every kind of weapon or killing tool they had was loaded, piled inside small wooden carts the Legion brought. Cyrus halted his march to the town, and ordered a soldier at one of the ditches to come out to him. Yes, sir! It is. It has come to my understanding that they're not dying fast enough. Now I understand that we usually operate differently, but do we have time to spend watching every one of them die in a ditch? What will you have me do, sir? He grinned wickedly at him. Burn them, and not just a normal nice sesame burn. One that will take a while to kill some pony, but we'll get the job done even if we leave. Is that understood, Private? He said him again. Yes, sir! It will be done, sir! Good, he said, giving a pat on his shoulder before the soldier went on to perform his task. Buildings were collapsing now, flames eating slowly away at the old beams of support that kept them up for so long, now giving way to the will of flame. This is why Cyrus led the Legion. The sounds, the feeling the heat of flesh-burning buildings, it was all magical to him, in a way almost pleasing. He was a captain on the front lines of the northern border. He stayed there for the majority of the time while in the Legion. It was because of this he loved the wall, and he was exposed to the harshness of brutal and grisly combat, the likes of which hardly any could take. He watched the soldiers and took several screaming ponies, whose guts and ears flung out from their gleaming bodies, thrown carelessly into the pit of the dead and dying. Lieutenant rushed over to him, quickly throwing a salute as the lieutenant straightened himself to his commanding officer. Sir, we have a pony. He said the information could be important, sir. Captain rolled his eyes down. Just another beggar. Got him and throw him into the pit with the others. But, sir, the slavers came by earlier. The captain's eyes widened as he cocked his head towards the lieutenant. Slavers? Not impossible. Nothing can get past the prayer. Nothing! He did, sir. And he said it was more important to them, too. I see. The captain hummed while putting together a thoughtful hoof under his jaw. Bring him to me. Let us see how much he really knows. Yes, sir! He grabbed it before trying out to get the pony in midst. Two guards dragged an old pony with an old wooden apple stuck on his head. It was covered in small cuts and bruises, as the lieutenant and the two Legion soldiers carried it to his captain. He jerked it down to the ground and removed the sack from his head. The soldiers raised his weapon at him, and stood ready in case he tried anything spontaneous. The shadows from the fire loomed over them, as the captain leaned over the rear. The rear sniffled pitifully to him. Thank you! I'd always liked to leave you tonight! Quiet, you whimpering filth! The captain spat at him. The rear reeled away from him with deep eyes. Good, the captain cooed. Cyrus looked over at pity. The raiders of this province grown soft on us. There was once a time when surrender was never part of the raiders' vocabulary, but now, look at you. Boys like us feared facing you and your kind. The very name of raiders was feared everywhere you looked. Just look how far you've fallen. You weak, pitiful creatures who no longer serve a place in this world. The raider just whimpered and covered his head in fear of the captain. But, Cyrus added, softly placing his hook gently on his head. You are not completely useless, but rather we have need of you. The raider looked at him with hopeful eyes. Really? He nodded with a dark smile. Do you feel death, Raider? Well, do you feel anything? Yeah, fiercely am. Yes! Well then, the captain softly said, leaning his head, I offered an escape from your old life. Do you know what I speak of? Raider thought for a second and nodded once more to him. Good. Now, Raider, do you truly wish to join the Pure of the Legion? He stammered a little in confusion for a moment. To join you? With a calm nod, the captain said, Yes. And to escape fate worse than what your friends face. All you need to do is just tell us what you know. Once you do, just show us who these ponies are that came past the perimeter. That is all I ask. And a tear helped him run down his cheek as he stood up on the ground. Yeah, I can do that. I'll help you. Do you give up your old ways to live up a pure, noble life which is just? Thought for a second, but continued to get distance as he faced. Yes! Captain smiled mischievously at him. Excellent. You'll serve a higher cause with the Legion. Raider had a hard time speaking his sword flaring about his chest. Yes, sir! I'll not fail you! The captain turned away from him. I know. He said gently, before ordering a soldier to take him back to the camp. The lieutenant came up to it next to Cyrus and followed him through the center of the building statement. You really think he's useful to us, sir? Just talking like that. How do we plan to do this? What is this you plan to do? Considers that Raider! I understand your viewpoint on this matter. We'll go through the spy tapes tomorrow and see what our spies uncovered in the town. If these slavers came to the settlement, they most likely went back to town, even if it was in terrible condition. Yes, sir. However, I'm not so thorough. What does this Raider come in, sir? I have plans for him, and for my plan to work, I need to have the Raider calm and with a clear mind. Lieutenant Nodley stared at him. Don't understand, sir. What does he have to do with anything? Like I said, we'll have a real chat with him back at camp. If he does not give you what they need, then, well, let's just say that for the rest of the raiders, I will see my pinches compared to what I will do to him. But as for the rebellion, sir, what does that have to do with them? But of course, if things go the way I plan, the town will know that you never even considered betraying the Legion. Footnote. Level up. Do perk. Drink up, me hearties, hoyo. The alcohol, preferably ciders and rum, have their abilities boosted by 2 when consumed. Footnote. Level up. New perk. Wise Guy. Deals decreased by 2 points every time a computer is hacked successfully.